The den was a sliver of a hole beneath a fridge-sized boulder. The welcome mat, a litter of king crab carcasses, carapaces like spiky dinner plates, broken claws once stout enough to clip off a human thumb. It was our 5th day of diving in the chilly waters off Vancouver Island, waiting outside this same den for the inhabitant to show itself. Less scrupulous voyeurs have pumped washing up liquid or engine fuel into the cracks to force an occupant to emerge. We were sticking to ethical means, a raw prawn proffered between my gloved fingers as bait. The hope was that the scent would waft into our quarry's home and draw him out, like fresh ground coffee coaxes the cranky human from their bed. All of our dives had been spent like this, just lying on the bottom for about an hour until our air ran dry and we were blue with cold. On one dive, a mighty wolf eel had come to investigate my prawn. Wolf eels are the largest of the blennies, which are usually the tiddler fish you find in rock pools. These, though, are gargantuan purple speckled beasts, hilariously ugly, with 2 meters of moray eel-esque body ending in a troll's head. Messy, long, thin teeth spilled out of its mouth as it first took the prawn, then proceeded to devour a sea urchin whole in front of me. It looked like a toddler trying to eat a hedgehog. The next day, I was at the surface in a kayak as killer whales danced about me, spinning, pirouetting and breaching. A huge bull giving me a flyby so close I could have run my hand down his flank, his mighty black dorsal fin towering over my head. And on the murkiest dive of the trip, when visibility was down to less than 2 meters of green soup, a group of maybe 20 Steller sea lions came calling. The females playfully tugged on my mast straps and nibbled my fins, before a male that must have weighed 3/4 of a ton buzzed over my head like a Lancaster bomber, mouth gaping and barking in fury, huge canine teeth bared in an unmistakable threat display. Every dive, we swam through towering kelp forests to get to the den, light cutting down through the fronds in perfect beams. On the seabed, the blooming plumose anemones shone ivory white, like albino bonsai oak trees. It was a Dr. Seuss landscape, even more so when you caught sight of a giant nudibranch, a sausage-length bright orange sea slug with a flaming mane around its head, rearing up like a Chinese dragon before plunging its face down into an anemone to devour it. We dived night and day, but our shy subaquatic superstar just wouldn't show. I looked at my gauges. 80 bar, or a third of my air left, and 15 meters below the surface. I probably had another 10 minutes at this depth, and then I'd have to surface. It was our last dive, and we'd be heading back without our encounter. Viewers think it's false jeopardy when we get the animal on the last day or dive. Truth is, if it really takes that long, then you have to make the film all about the waiting and the fact it's taken so long. Whereas if you find the animal straight away, then you can actually get on and make a film about what that animal's like. Working the fingers of my left hand down into the cuff of my right, I found the seal of my glove and rolled it up my wrist, stripping my hand and fingers of their insulating protection. Exposed to the 5-degree waters, the cold was instant needles to the fingertips. I'd not be able to keep the glove off for long. I stretched my naked hand out over the pile of crab shells right to the entrance of the den and waited. After a minute or two, the cold was genuinely excruciating, but I knew I'd soon have my mitts wrapped round a mug of hot chocolate.